Representative Parker, you teach economics at Whitworth University, and there's a lot of mixed information about where the economy is at in its recovery right now. Can you clear some of that up for us?
So there is a lot of mixed information. Part of that reason is because the economy is doing different things. And consumer confidence, which makes up 2/3 of the economy, is all over the board. Depending on which day you look, it is up and it is down. And so that's part of the reasons why there's so many mixed messages. On the other hand, some chief economists are starting to say that they believe that there's a V-shaped recovery taking place, and we're at the top of that V-shape, meaning we've gone through the motion. So some believe that there are a lot of blue skies ahead in the economy. I, for one, would also believe, based on the economic indicators, there's more reason to believe there's more blue skies and clouds ahead of us.
What role did the private market play in the recession?
Not as much as people think. A lot of people believe that this last recession was really a breakdown of the capitalistic system. But I would propose to you it's really a breakdown of the government system. There's a couple key pieces of legislation that came in that played large roles. One was the Community Reinvestment Act, which I believe was 1977, initiated by President Jimmy Carter. Now, former President Bill Clinton talked extensively about the Community Reinvestment Act. The intention was it would break down any sort of discriminatory lending practices if they were existing at the time. What it really did was it provided loans where you did not need documentation. And so the Community Reinvestment Act played a very harmful role in our overall economy because literally people were going in and they would not have to verify income. And as a result, that is partly, or I would say significantly responsible to what led to the recession. It created a bubble.
The government was very aggressive in the recession. Did this help or hinder the recovery?
The government policies, I think, hurt. You saw two major government policies. One, you saw quantitative easing. Quantitative easing is an inflection of liquid that would basically make it easier for lending institutions to lend to the consumer. The other is that you saw interest rates be kept around 1%, particularly around the years between 2003 and 2004. I think both of those played a pretty significant role, a harmful role in our overall economy. It was not a breakdown of the capitalistic system. This was government policies that really started to encumber and manipulate the economy in ways that it should not have been.
How does what we learned about the recession nationally impact our state budgeting process, and what can we learn?
It's a great question, and the answer is a lot. Our budget, remember, is based on the consumer in the state of Washington buying product. So I represent Spokane and the surrounding community. Our economy in the Spokane region, whether you're talking Airway Heights, Cheney, Medical Lake, all those communities, Marshall, they're all predicated on the consumer buying product. Now, when consumers don't feel good about the economy, they lessen the impact of which they buy product, which means there is less money coming into the state budget. And so that's why the economy and the budget they're in tandem with one another. I don't believe you'll have a healthy economy without a healthy budget, and a healthy budget without a healthy economy. Also, there's a lot of numbers that indicate that people and citizens and consumers are watching what governments do with their budgets, and they're very concerned about them. That impacts consumer confidence. So the answer is what happens nationally or internationally has a huge impact on what happens locally and statewide in our state.